Max, I don't know if you remember this, but the first time that we met in person, you were dressed as Troy Bolton.
Whoa. Really?
Yeah, we were at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party in 2018 or 19. I don't remember now.
Wild. Okay.
I know.
I mean, I didn't know. I was trying to remember if we met in Epcot or Magic Kingdom. So it was actually, I was Troy. Okay.
Were you in the basketball uniform?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Number 14.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I had the basketball uniform and, oh man. And my hair was different then too, so I looked more like Troy. I had the Troy, when I was rewatching High School Musical 2 just for this, because I was like, I gotta watch it again. And I was like, man, I used to have that little floppy hair thing.
You were not alone. That was like every guy.
Yep. Every teenage boy said this is the haircut. Welcome, fellow Disney Channel babes. Whether you're from the nostalgic 90s
or the awkward aughts,
or you're giving Gen Z, we're glad that you're here.
I'm Gabriella.
And I'm Natalie, and this is the podcast where we rave
and sometimes roast
classic Disney Channel original movies.
You're listening to Once Upon a DCOM.
Hello and welcome to Once Upon a DCOM, the podcast that takes you down memory lane by rewatching your favorite Disney Channel original movies. My name is Natalie, and this is my co-host, Gabby.
Hi.
And today we have a very special guest, Mr. Maxwell Glick. Say hi, Max.
Woo!
What's up? Thanks for having me. This is fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
I gave everyone a bit of an intro to who you are last week, but can you give an elevator pitch? Who is Maxwell Glick?
Wow. Sure. Well, I've been, I guess I'm an actor, a voice actor, an influencer.
You guess you're an actor.
I do all these things, yes. I've been creating content online as Mr. Cheezy Pop for a very long time now. And a lot of my content is centered around Disney. And when I'm not making content, I am, as I said, an actor. Lots of voice acting, voice coaching. I kind of do a lot, and I never stop. And yeah, that's me.
You were also Mr. Collins in the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, which my husband and I love.
There we go.
The best. And
yes.
In the Emma approved revamp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We are so happy to have you on the podcast today because we are talking about an all-time favorite, High School Musical 2. Woo. It's also very funny that we have had so many summer movies in a row on this podcast because as we're recording this, it is the dead of winter.
The dead of winter.
But the randomizer has chosen several summer movies in a row. Anywho.
You're welcome.
We're going to do a little movie recap and discuss the film, see where these actors are now. But before all of that, let me give a little brief intro into this film. So this movie was directed by the one and only Kenny Ortega, who at this point was basically Disney Channel royalty. He didn't just direct the entire High School Musical trilogy, he also is the mastermind behind Hocus Pocus, Descendants, and he also choreographed Dirty Dancing. I think I knew that fact and I forgot. Did you guys know he choreographed Dirty Dancing?
I did.
Did I? I don't. I think you just blew my mind with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
He's amazing. Gosh.
I thought, I was like, surely it's a different Kenny Ortega. But no.
Nope.
I was like, he's just that great.
I know. I think it was on our Descendants episode that I raved and ranted about how much I love Mr. Kenny. But, I'll save that for another time. High School Musical 2 premiered on Disney Channel in 2007 and absolutely just shattered all of the records. It became the most watched Disney Channel original movie premiere of all time, pulling in a whopping 17.2 million viewers on its first night.
What?
And to put that into perspective, that is more than Friends averaged in its final season for every episode.
Yeah,
including the finale?
Including the finale of Friends.
Like it's so crazy to think like 17 million people watched something at the same time.
At the same time, right?
But
This was an event.
Yeah. I mean, I was one of those people.
I was there. I watched it.
I was there. I had a whole little party at our house. I voted that Miley be in the movie. I don't know if you guys went on DisneyChannel.com and voted for who should be in it.
I did not vote.
Because I did.
But I should have.
She was in it for 0.5 seconds, like 2 frames.
Yeah.
You blink, you miss her. Also, so the soundtrack was just as big of a deal. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, making it the most successful DCOM soundtrack ever. Film, I don't need to say this, but I will for the sake of the podcast. It stars Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, Corbin Bleu, Monique, Coleman, and Lucas Grabeel. I can never say his name.
We had this problem last time.
Lucas. Grabeel.
And Luke G.
Yeah.
Lukey G. Who I have also met. Fun fact.
Hey, I met him too.
You did? Hey.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
Wow.
Twice. Wow. I got 2 good stories with him, actually.
Okay. Let's hear it.
The first one was I met him at my audition for The Office.
Was he auditioning for The Office?
Because and I beat him out for it. So
Heyo. That's right, Max.
Yeah, I met him at that audition. Yes, we were auditioning for the same role.
That's hilarious.
And I got it. Yes, episode. Season 7, episode 3. If you want to check that out.
I'll absolutely be watching that.
Yep. Yeah, so I met Lucas then. And then we did another thing. We read some animation feature film. We were at it was like a table read of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he was like my brother in that movie.
Love it.
Which never made it, but hey.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, your stories are way cooler than mine. I just met him at a concert. Gabby, will you take us through this movie?
Of course, yeah. I just want to also note, it's interesting. A lot of the movies that we've talked about, it's always been like, oh, they had no idea it was going to become such a big thing. And I feel like this one, they did. So they really tried on this one.
Yeah.
So here we go. We return to our favorite franchise with the Wildcats on their last day of school following the year that Gabriella and Troy changed the status quo. The movie opens with an energetic song about school being out and summer finally arriving. As they're all packing up their things to leave for the summer, the Wildcats are talking about their plans and how they are all in desperate need of summer jobs. And as luck would have it, the next day, Troy gets an unexpected call from the Lava Springs Golf Resort. The manager tells him that there are Wildcat fans at Lava Springs and they want to offer him a job for the summer. Yay! Troy quickly asks if the Wildcats and Gabriella can also work there with him, and a few days later, they are all off to Lava Springs. But before they arrive, we get the shocking reveal that Sharpay and Ryan's parents actually own Lava Springs, and Sharpay is kind of a princess at the resort. She sings a fabulous song about how she wants everything to be perfect this summer.
I see what you did there.
It was so subtle. I'm surprised you saw it. And then she sees the new lifeguard, Gabriella, and Troy walking in with all of his friends. Sharpay is none too happy about her fellow classmates' appearances, as she had only requested that Troy be hired. Her main fear is that the Wildcats will ruin the Lava Springs annual talent show, which she and Ryan have won every year.
You know, when you boil down the plot, it's very ridiculous.
It's so silly.
Oh, just wait. There's so much more.
Yeah.
We're about 10 minutes into the movie right now, guys.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So, Sharpay tells Mr. Fulton, the general manager of Lava Springs, that if he's not allowed to fire the other Wildcats because her mother won't let him, then he should make working there so bad that they want to quit. And so, Fulton reluctantly sets out to make the resort a miserable place for Gabriella and her friends, but not a miserable place for Troy. During the course of their first few weeks, Sharpay and Ryan spy on Troy and Gabriella, making sure that they get written up for things like having a picnic on the golf course, taking lunch breaks 3 minutes early, and swimming after hours. But while Gabriella is under threat of being fired, Troy is excelling in his role. One day, Troy and Chad are made golf caddies for the Evans family, and Troy gets to talk to Sharpay's dad about scholarship opportunities at U of A, while Chad is completely ignored. They even give Troy a chance to play a few rounds of golf, and his skills impresses Mr. Evans so much that they invite Troy to dinner at the resort with some of the other U of A alumni. Despite feeling super weird about the situation and being waited on by his friends, Troy accepts the invitation, knowing how important of an opportunity this is for a scholarship.
Because his dad pressures him about the future constantly.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach Bolton.
Every moment of his life. Yep.
What are they all doing working too? Like so much. There's
Right.
the whole place is run by
Children.
teenagers. What is going on?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like no adults at this resort.
No.
Yeah, Fulton is the only adult member who works there.
Yeah. What?
I don't want to go to a resort where only children are working.
I know.
You know what? The mom makes a comment about it when she's doing yoga. She's like, "Oh, this is your schoolmates, not the fuddy-duddy Lava Springs people." I'm like, okay, rude, but also maybe true.
Yeah.
Like, you own this place, just hire new people.
It's so bizarre. But like seriously, the it's like a luxury resort, and the place is just run by these kids. The only ones that work there. What?
Yep. Makes no sense.
Clearly a DCOM by its realism.
Yeah.
So, at the dinner, Sharpay kind of blackmails Troy into promising that he'll sing a song with her in the talent show. The next day, Troy is promoted from waiter/caddy to assistant golf pro, which is a salaried position and comes with incredible perks like a golf cart, membership privileges, and Italian shoes. Troy accepts the opportunity with excitement, but the other Wildcats are really starting to feel left behind, especially Gabriella. Things really come to a head when Troy is invited to play a game of basketball at the U of A stadium with some of the Red Hawk alumni, but he tells Chad and his friends that it is a closed practice, so they can't come. To make matters
Which,
worse,
like, fair.
he's going...
'Cause
I was
they
like,
didn't
why are you
invite them.
upset?
Why are they upset with Troy? He didn't do anything.
Nothing.
You're in your Walmart basketball shorts. Of course they're not going to invite you.
Not the Walmart shorts.
Nothing against Walmart. I'm just saying, like, they don't look ready for pro level. So to make matters worse, Troy is going to miss the staff baseball game to go to this practice. No, even though he'd promised to be in the game. Now, something else you need to know is that in the background, Kelsey, remember she plays the piano, and some of the other Wildcats have been working on a performance for the upcoming talent show because it is tradition that the Lava Springs staff always performs the number. Sharpay has been annoyed about this, but she kind of let it go after Troy agreed to sing with her. The problem is that when she brought Troy in, she kind of kicked her brother Ryan out. So now Ryan is angry and sad that he won't get his big performance in the show. So Gabriella and Taylor find him sulking on their way to the staff baseball game, and they invite him to come along and join in. At the game, Troy and Chad have an epic dance battle, of course, over the fact that Chad refuses to dance. And in the end, they become friends, and Ryan agrees to direct a number for the staff's performance.
There's something about
so
doing a
ridiculous.
jazz square while singing I Don't Dance that just, really, it's the realism for me.
He's the most talented dancer there, singing I
By
Don't
far.
Dance.
Yes.
So, when Sharpay finds out about Ryan directing the staff number, she feels like he stabbed her in the back. So she goes to Bolton and convinces him that the staff are more needed to run the event since important people from U of A are coming to watch Troy perform with her. So Fulton, very upset about it, makes a new rule that no staff member can take part in the show. When Gabriella finds out about this, she goes to confront Sharpay, telling her that she's very good at a game that she doesn't want to play, so she's leaving. Troy overhears this and asks Gabriella what she means by leaving, and Gabriella tells him that working together sounded good at first, but people change, and she has to do what's best for her. They sing an emotional breakup ballad, which was my anthem when I was 12 and single as a Pringle, and then she goes home.
When you were 12 and it just really hit your soul.
I was belting it out.
I mean, it is dramatic. That is like, yeah.
She gives him his necklace back.
Other than Bet on It, that just might be the most dramatic song.
Oh,
Well, speaking of Bet on It, a devastated Troy
yes.
finds himself alone and unsure of who he is, which leads us to what I believe is the second best song of the franchise, second only to Troy's other rage banger, Scream, in the third movie.
Ooh,
Scream.
that is an amazing song. Yes, you're right.
So good. And he sings bed on
slap water and Scream, and he gets to slap water in this one, so.
Miss Natalie, you just took away one of my next points.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. It's fine. That just proves how impactful it really is when he slaps that water.
It was impactful to me when I was, 10?
Listen, yes. I mean, listen, the dude's like literally arguing with his own reflection. It is a big, yeah.
It's a moment.
It's a cinematic moment.
So, as we've said, Troy frolics around the golf course, jumping over rocks, splashing his reflection in ponds, vowing to become someone his friends can count on. And we love it.
Yes. Man, I have always wanted to just do that on a golf course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, right? Just run freely. Yeah.
You could do it at a putt-putt.
Yeah, putt-putt, yeah. I would love to have been there that day. I wonder how much he had to run that day.
I've always wondered how much of it they just let him go. Like, they were like, there's no choreography. Just do what feels right. Because he's like spinning in the air and sprinting.
He's like, you know what feels right? Water slap. Sand through my fingers.
Sand.
Jump
the
off
sand.
rocks.
Yes.
Oh, the sand.
And then the slow rise with the sand. Oh my God. It's so good.
This is the first time I noticed how terrible the CGI is on the reflection in the pond.
Oh,
like, there's no water moving, just on his face.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we got to wrap this part up, although it's so much fun. In the end, Troy asks Fulton for his old kitchen job back and then tells Sharpay that because he's staff again, he can no longer sing in the talent show with her. Sharpay completely freaks out and then turns to Ryan, but he won't sing with her either. After that, Troy apologizes to Chad. He makes things right with his friends. Everything is good again. And Ryan tells Troy that he probably doesn't necessarily think he wants his sister to crash and burn. And so he wants Troy to sing with her. Troy agrees, but only if Sharpay will allow the Wildcats to perform as well. When Troy gets on stage, Sharpay is nowhere to be found, and he is surprised to hear a different voice singing with him. From the back, we see the Wildcats part aside and reveal Gabriella is the mystery duet partner.
She emerges and walks down the aisle.
It's so beautiful.
It is. I you know what? When I just, as I said, I rewatched it again and I got goosebumps. Like, I really did.
The look on his face when he realizes it's her, you're like, oh my gosh, Zac Efron, are you a good actor?
Yeah.
Are you a good I have commentary on that. Okay, we'll come back to that. So they get to sing together. They get to perform with all of their friends, and they even let Sharpay in on the dance. When the time comes to give out the Star Dazzle Award, Sharpay quickly hands it over to her brother Ryan, giving him all the credit for the performance. In the end, everyone is bestest best friends, and they have a pool party where we get a brief glimpse at Miley Cyrus in the festivities, and they all sing about how awesome summer is. And that is High School Musical 2.
Was Miley Cyrus working at the resort too? Because that was a staff party.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
What was she doing? Mm-hmm. Was she the lounge singer?
Was she credited? I wonder if
I
it's
think she's on IMDb.
Miley Cyrus as Miley Cyrus? Or did she have like a character
Dancer number
name?
12?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus is credited as Girl at Pool.
Sweet.
Oh, so she worked there. Okay.
That's a name. That's a
Yeah.
named
There.
role.
Wow. Huh.
Thanks for being our Girl at Pool, Miley.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Max, when is the last time that you had seen this movie, like, before rewatching it for the podcast?
Maybe a few years ago. Honestly, like when did Disney Plus come? When did Disney Plus start?
Like 2020, 2019?
Yeah. Around
like that.
there. So maybe I think, I would say about 3 years or so, something like that. But yeah, something like that.
How'd you feel about it this time versus the past?
No, I still, honestly, like, still really, really loved it. I did. I mean, you do see a lot more ridiculous things. Like you just described the plot there, and it's like, this is so absurd. But like it also did just make me feel, like I said, I got goosebumps in that one scene. Like watching him do a bet on it, like this is perfect. I think I was like, is it nostalgia or is it just like cheesy perfection? I don't know. I think it's a bit of both. I mean,
Right. Both can be true.
Yeah.
yeah, I loved it. I loved watching it again. But yes, it's totally ridiculous. Like the plot's
Completely
absurd.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
Like,
nothing happens.
No.
Kids get summer job, girl has talent show.
Yeah, the talent show is like the literal most important thing in the entire world. I mean, it is.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
true for all 3 High School Musicals.
Yes, that is
How
this
dare
universe.
you? High School Musical 3 is about finding your passion and focusing on what you need to be in life and all that jazz.
That sounds very similar to the first one.
Don't you dare come for High School Musical 3.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I love this movie. I think that's like extremely obvious because High School Musical is my favorite franchise of all time. But yeah, I think this is the one that I've seen the least because it's my least favorite, which doesn't mean I don't like it, just that I think the other two are better. But it was good to watch because like I was reminded of so many things that I forgot about, and I was pleasantly surprised by Zac Efron's acting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're coming back to it now.
Okay.
My husband and I were having a conversation about this because I feel like their chemistry, Natalie and I have talked about this before, is not as great as some of the other chemistry we've seen in other DCOMs. And I think it's Gabriella's fault. Like, sorry, Vanessa, it's your fault.
Ouch.
There is like a perfect like medium place that you have to live in these romances to make it work. And it's like right on the edge of sexual tension, but not going into it and like beyond friendly. Vanessa Hudgens lives in either like very sexual or very cutesy friendly. Zefron lives here in this perfect middle where you're like, I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, you love her, but we're not there yet, but we're not back there. Oh, it's perfect. So I think it's her fault because he's great.
I honestly, I think I'm with you there.
Yeah,
he's awesome. He's
that.
awesome in this. He's really good. Like, he came into his own here. I think because like High School Musical 1, I don't think he knew what he was doing.
No, none of them did.
Right.
They were like, we're making a Disney movie. I don't whatever. What? And yeah, he was good. He was
real good.
Yeah.
And then the third one, you're like, ow, I'm feeling things.
Yeah.
I will say, you know you're old when Troy makes you feel a little pedophile and suddenly his dad is the hot one. I was like drooling over his dad.
Bolton.
You know, yeah, like, so I was looking at Vanessa Hudgens like, oh, you look like a child here.
Yeah. I fear we might be old.
Oh, yeah.
I fear it.
I mean, yeah. Ugh.
We're going to move on from that. I just had to throw it out there. So I agree though, like the choreography in this one is so clean, like the acting is better. Like I think they get better with each movie for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Bigger budget, I assume.
I would hope so.
Assume.
Although like maybe they should have focused more money on that CGI, but it's neither here nor there.
No, it all went to Sharpay's wardrobe and the pool floaties in her fabulous song.
Which greatly enhanced the production. So
obviously, yes. Speaking of which, the songs in this movie, better, worse? Is there improvement from the first one? What do you think?
I say better.
Yeah,
than the first one.
I think they might be better.
Yeah, I agree.
How many iconic songs are in this one? Actually,
Fabulous.
Bet on it.
Gotta go my own way. What time is it?
Oh my gosh. Has anyone else ever noticed the clock getting bigger? Because this was my first time ever noticing it. And I was shaking to my core.
Yep.
Because it's what they're focusing on. It gets bigger and dramatic, like they're in a musical or something.
It was amazing. Like, by the last one, it's bigger than Miss Darbus.
Yes. Also, did you ever stop? This is the first time I watched this with closed captioning on because I am an old person now. And it showed what she was talking about. And she's talking about her summer in like the Shakespeare Festival in Asheville.
And she was the understudy for every character.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear her story. Why are we ignoring Miss Darbus?
Wow. Give Miss Darvis her own DCOM.
What's
What's she doing?
I would love
watch
that.
Oh, I want an origin story. High School Musical 0,
Yes.
and it's about Darvis.
Oh man, that would be so
And
Oh.
Coach
good.
Bolton is there.
Oh,
We
you
can
go.
learn why they hate each other. See, Disney, stop making Mufasa-like movies. This
Oh,
is the
yeah.
prequel we need.
Yeah, please. Actually,
agree.
yeah.
I love it.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
But no, it's true. This made me feel like, where is this? Where are these movies, Disney? Why are you not making stuff
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah, it was so much better back then.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't care so much what people thought. They just
Yep.
made the movie they wanted to make.
Yep.
And that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is great. I think like people today would eat this up if they made stuff like this. Of all ages. People I
Oh,
think
yeah.
yes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think we're
Yeah.
due for another DCOM musical that is not
Mhm.
Descendants. No hate to Descendants because I actually like it, but like
Yeah, but
we need another musical franchise.
yeah. It's time.
Agree.
I would love to pivot and talk about how Troy has never done anything wrong ever and his friends suck.
I've never hated
Ooh.
Taylor and Chad more than rewatching this film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're the worst. And Taylor especially is making everything worse. She is like picking fights and instigating stuff all throughout the movie.
She is an instigator, for sure.
Yes. I was like, I guess they had to give her some sort of personality. I don't know. They gave
I
her some
suppose.
more stuff to do. I don't know. Yeah. Do not like
Yeah.
her.
No.
No.
And
No.
like this entire plot, like things are happening to Troy, like all this pressure's on Troy and he's trying to deal with it the best he can, and then his friends get mad at him for being successful and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't do anything to like try to get this, I'm just going along with the punches, and they're like, you suck, and he's like, but I'm not doing anything wrong, and then he apologizes. He didn't do
It's so
anything
dumb.
wrong.
No.
Well, and they all wanted these summer jobs so badly, like they're whining, and then he gets offered one, and
He
he
gets them
advocates
the
for them.
jobs.
And then they're like, "This is stupid. We don't like Fulton. We don't want to work anymore. We didn't know it'd be hard." And they're all mad at Troy.
They're like,
what?
quit.
How is this his fault?
Exactly.
Ugh. He should not have taken responsibility for all of the employees not getting to perform. That was Sharpay. And he's like, I ruined your show, guys. I'm like, what did you do other than agree to sing with Sharpay? And that's it. That's all you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Troy.
And then they also try to redeem Sharpay at the end. And you're like, no. She has not apologized for any of her actions.
Right.
She showed a glimmer of remorse.
Yeah, there was a tiny bit.
We saw
Yeah.
like the real Ashley Tisdale for like half a second.
Yeah.
For her brother, not for anybody else.
No, and she says Troy is a really nice guy and she likes him
Oh,
better than
well.
she likes herself.
She's just speaking truth there. So
Last thing here that I think we need to talk about. What was up with the swapping shirts thing between Chad and Lucas? What's his name?
Ryan?
Lucas Ryan.
yeah.
Luke G.
Yeah. I don't know though. I don't know what was up with that.
Well, have you heard the theory that like they're in a relationship together secretly during this movie? Have you heard this theory? Chad and Ryan?
I have
Explain.
not heard that theory.
Explain.
Okay. So I don't know if you noticed the tension in the I don't dance scene, but there's
Oh.
tension. And then after that song is over, they have switched outfits and they're real buddy eating lunch together. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that the internet has opinions about maybe the subtext of that.
So, I mean, I was curious about it because it was weird. And I made a comment to Nick, my husband, and I was like, why the heck did they change outfits? And he said that apparently, because my husband plays sports, he's like super in the sports world. He was like, that's a thing, actually. At the end of certain sports, it's not all sports, you swap your shirt with the other team as a sign of respect.
Yes.
But they swapped
But
shirts, hats,
They-
pants, shoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you swap, but it's not. Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
this.
The swap is weird. Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean, it is like, that whole number is like it's pretty flirtatious.
It's pretty flirtatious.
It's coming up on Harry and Descendants 2-level sexual tension.
I mean, it's there.
They're like, it's true. They're like kind of, they're like, because they're like really close to each other's
They're
face.
really close
they're
to
like
each other.
Smirking at each other. Like,
I don't know if I agree with the internet, but it's something to think about.
But then in High School Musical 3, he's like back with Taylor, because in 1 and 3 he's all about Taylor. But in this one, fling, it's like he doesn't even notice her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There is nothing in this with him and her. Yeah. Okay. I'm buying it. I'm in on this now.
Yeah. I mean,
I could see it.
Let us know what you think, listeners, but
yeah,
it's a compelling argument.
I know the actor Lucas wanted his character to be gay and like had been advocating for that, and they said no in the end. So maybe he was like, "I'm going a direction like, for the second movie.
I've chosen a direction."
Yeah,
and Kenny said no, no.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, last question I have: what does this movie mean to both of you two? Because I know this franchise is like you're all, you're everything.
Oh, what does it mean to me? I don't know. I guess it's one of those movies where I can like, even watching it today, I was thinking about who did I see this with? Where was I? It really, it's very clear to me, and there's very few, I think, things like that where I can be like, oh my gosh, I saw this with so and so. I was doing this. I remember talking about it with this person, and then So I think it had that kind of impact on me. It really did. It's a very rare thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a snapshot of, I guess, nostalgia. Like, I also can remember exactly where I was when I watched the first one, the second one, and the third one.
Me
I saw
too.
the third one in theaters because I was that person.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Opening night. Man.
Yeah, it's like this piece of my childhood that's very, like, easy to call back.
Yeah. I mean, I can remember the High School Musical show at California Adventure. And and I remember I got called up, and I was like, because they would bring up like audience members, and I was in it. It was brilliant. I mean, come on. Yeah, but it's that kind of thing. It's that there are not, I don't know, there's not many things that come along that you can have this specific of a connection with and know exactly, like you were saying, Natalie, like you know where you were, you know what you were doing the night that this came out. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, love it. Gabby, what did the rest of the world think of this movie? Because clearly we like it.
Yeah, so okay, we'll start with our tomato meter, because we go over to Rotten Tomatoes to see what the critics thought, and then we have the popcorn meter, which is what our audience thought. And we love to read some of the funny and positive, negative reviews. So our tomato meter, we actually have this week by a long shot. So
of course, everyone rated this movie.
Of course. So the tomato meter doesn't always exist, because you need at least 5 critics reviews to have one. And you don't always get that with the DCOMs. But with this one, we had 24 critic reviews. Oh, yeah. And they rated it 83%.
Oh, good. Good. Respect.
Nice.
Pretty good. Yep. So I'm going to read you a few of their reviews now. We are starting with Eric Jenkins. He says, the original High School Musical may have started it all, but its sequel is the movie that permanently etched those songs into the millennial consciousness.
Agreed.
A nice review. Wow.
Then we have Gordon Farrar. It's an irrepressibly colorful and upbeat effort, and the result is Grease meets Fame meets Annette Funicello and Elvis Presley, but for 8 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's a lot of words, but sure.
Okay.
It was hard for me to read that one.
It's weird.
So many concepts. Okay, then we do have a negative one, because, I got to be fair here. OC Register staff says, While it'll satisfy its target demographic to no end, there's something lacking, where instead of a soul, there's nothing more than the contrived, emotionless plastic of a well-oiled money-making machine.
Disagree
Wow.
strongly, sir.
Yeah, like
Sounds like you need a hug.
seriously. Here we are. We're literally talking about our emotional connection to this film.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So
yeah.
you're wrong.
So he's
I
wrong.
had to be fair.
Wrong,
Next.
OC Register. Nope. I just read an OC Register article the other day about the California Adventure Food and Wine Festival, and I was like, I disagree with most of this. So,
Wow. Unreliable
Sounds
source.
like they have a stick up their butt.
They hate Disney. You heard it here first.
We need to go combat them on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, finally, from our critics, we have Michael Fairbanks. It's a goofy summer romp that knows exactly what it is and relishes in that. Yes.
Sure.
yeah. Yeah.
I could agree.
Totally.
Okay,
Yeah.
our popcorn meter is slightly disappointing, but we have to remember it is the second one. It's 72%.
No, it should
So,
be way higher.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's the haters coming in who are saying, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. And you're like, give me more.
Yeah.
Give me context.
Yeah, that's
Don't you
definitely
like joy?
Yeah. That's haters for sure.
Yeah. I think you guys will appreciate some of the more negative comments, though, so let's dive in.
Oh, no.
Peter S., starting off a little sad. Good for what it is, but rough watching now that I'm older. Well, that's sad for you, Peter.
Well,
Yeah.
that is sad for him because I had a wonderful time.
Same.
Yeah. Then we have Unnamed, says, beautiful music. Zac Efron's choreography in the bed on it scene was so beautiful, I even shed a tear.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Okay, this one's my favorite. It's technically negative, but we'll have fun. Let's
Okay.
take High School Musical, make it during summer break, and create unnecessary sexual tension while playing baseball. That's it. That's all you need to know about this movie.
Hey.
Hey, we
So
said it was
we're
a
not the
simple
only
plot.
ones.
He described it in one sentence. He gets
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. And finally, Joshua C. says, the sequel to High School Musical serves as the magnum opus of the series. Building on the success of its predecessor, this film improves all aspects. The songs are catchier, the choreography is greater, and the plot and characters are more fleshed out. Best one of the three, and it's not even close.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
Don't
Big words.
come for High School Musical 3 like that. Max, what is your favorite High School Musical?
I guess, like one, I feel like just did it.
Mhm,
I don't know.
mhm.
It's hard. That's really tough. I think
picking
the
your favorite
music in
child.
I think the music in 2 is the winner. I do. I
Wrong.
think musically, but 1
And
I think is
thank you for coming on this podcast, Max. It's been a pleasure, and
Yeah.
goodbye. Gabby, what is your favorite High School Musical? I don't know.
I'm kind of with Max. It's so hard to choose. I
Ugh.
want to say the first because it's the
Yeah.
original and it's a classic. I think the third is the best made and the
Yes.
second's the most nostalgic. So I have like a category for each.
I kind of feel that. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll
yeah.
respect that.
If I was forced to choose, I'd probably say the first, only because I don't feel right about saying the second, and I don't feel that way about the third because it came out later.
The third one makes me cry.
I love it. I love them all.
Wonderful movies. It's tough.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd go with number 1 too. But
All right, that's allowed.
So, Natalie, where are they now? / also, we've heard this before, but I've forgotten. So refresh my memory.
Fair, yes. So we've covered most of this cast in our episode about the first High School Musical movie, but I did kind of a quick little recap rundown, tried to just do the most recent things. So if you want a more in-depth information, you can go to the old High School Musical 1 episode. But here we go. So Zac Efron, the love of my life,
Whoop, whoop.
obviously, played Troy Bolton. He continued to be active in the film world. Recently, he portrayed wrestler Kevin Von Erich? Who knows? In the biographical film The Iron Claw, which has been praised highly. So I am afraid to watch it because people say it'll make you cry and it's kind of bloody, but apparently he's excellent in it. he like looks completely transformed. Like he's ripped. He looks like a wrestler. You're like, what is happening? Anyway, I should probably watch it. And then he's also been focused on some like influencer work recently, so promoting products and causes that he personally believes in, like Kodiak cakes and a couple of like high fashion brands. He's doing influencer stuff these days.
Yeah.
Then we have Vanessa Hudgens, who played Gabriella. She co-hosted the Met Gala in 2022, which I did not know, but good for her.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
She also appeared in the film adaptation of Tick, Tick, Boom, the musical, which she was fantastic in.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Yes. Have you, Gabby, you have to watch Tick, Tick, Boom. It is honestly one of my favorite movies.
It's amazing.
It's
real
good.
I'm convinced. Great.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Real
it.
good.
Yep.
She also starred in the Princess Switch franchise, which is this ridiculous Hallmarky good time. She also co-produced. I have not seen them.
Bad.
But I've seen previews, and I think that is perhaps all I need to see.
Oh, come on. No. You
No?
need more. Yeah,
Have
you
you
need
seen
more.
them?
Yeah.
All of them?
How many are there? I don't know.
I think there's like 3 or 4.
Woo.
Wow. How did that happen? Who greenlit that?
Probably Vanessa Hudgens.
Probably.
If she's producing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Ashley Tisdale, I wear Sharpay. She mainly does voice work now, but she stays busy as well.
Yeah.
In September of 2024, she and her husband welcomed their second child to their family. So she's doing social media stuff, hanging out with her family, doing some voice work in between. She's doing great.
Yeah.
And then we have Lucas G. Is it Grabeel?
Grabeel?
I've always said
Grabeel.
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 I don't
That's
know.
it. Grabeel.
So okay, Lucas I literally can't say it.
Grabeel.
Lucas
Grabeel?
Grabeel. Lucas
Grabeel.
Grabeel.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Ryan. He has continued acting kinda, but mainly focuses on attending fan expos and his own original music. His newest release was a single called You Were My Childhood, and he calls it his love letter to all High School Musical fans, cast, and crew. So we all need to listen to that immediately.
Oh, wow. Did not
He
know
was
that.
in
I
High
know,
School
I
Musical,
didn't either.
the series as well.
Oh,
Yes, he was.
yeah.
He jumped on there real quick. He's also in a long-term relationship with Riham El Unsi. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. I tried really hard to write the pronunciation down, and I can't read my own notes. She's a television writer and producer, and she also seems awesome. So I love that.
Nice.
Wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know if that was a man or a woman's name, so I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh my gosh, wait, I didn't know he was gay.
He's not.
Okay, well.
Okay, I got more to go. Here we go. Okay. Corbin Bleu, who played basketball boy Chad, he has kept himself busy. He's mainly active in theater. He starred on Broadway in productions like Kiss Me Kate, Anything Goes, other stuff. He's an excellent tap dancer, if you did not know.
Of course he is.
He's super talented.
He's so talented.
Yeah.
I love me some Efron, so I would like to make that clear. But I do think Corbin Bleu might be the most talented person in this franchise.
Was he on Dancing with the Stars? Must ask.
Was he? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Feel like he might have been.
Well,
or should have
now
been.
I have to look it up.
I saw Corbin Bleu in something in LA last year.
Oh, yeah, he did Eye
was
to Eye. He did a rendition and I'll Make a Man Out of You and all that.
It was the like that's what it was. 80s 90s Disney concert.
Oh!
And he did the dance, didn't he?
He was legit the best one on that stage. It was
I believe
incredible. Yeah.
He was on Dancing with the Stars. Correct.
Of course he was, because there's always one.
Every single episode of this podcast, we're like, and this person was on Dancing with the Stars. Also, fun little fact that it's not really important, but it was funny to me. He has been happily married to a Canadian actress named Sasha Clements since July 2016. They met by chance at a grocery store, and they got engaged in front of Cinderella's castle at Walt Disney World, and I just thought that was so cute.
Aww.
Stop, I love it.
I know.
Aww.
So he's clearly a Disney fan. I got 2 more. Monique Coleman, our bestie Taylor, who's also kind of the worst. Not Monique is the worst, but Taylor's the worst. I would like to make that clear. She is mainly focused on advocacy these days. She serves as a United Nations youth champion, and she produces content aimed at empowering young people. She does some acting work now and again. She recently starred in a Lifetime movie called Trapped in the Spotlight, which is about like an R&B singer who gets kidnapped. It sounds terrifying, but she's probably good in it. And in her free time, she ice skates and says that is her new artistic passion. So she posts a lot of ice skating videos.
Amazing.
Wow, cool.
I know, right? People are living
Good
such
for
cool
her.
lives these days. And lastly, we didn't talk about our girl Kelsey in the first episode. So she gets a segment today, but I have no idea how to say her name. So bear with me. Alyssa Rulin? Alyssa? Sure.
Right. I know. Yeah. She's got, yeah.
She's got an interesting name, a beautiful name that I can't say because I'm me. But anyway, she hasn't been acting much recently, but that does not mean that she hasn't been staying busy, because in November 2021, she married an entrepreneur and the couple had a daughter in 2022. She is currently an acting coach, which is so fun. And she also actively is involved in promoting sustainable living and sustainable fashion. Just recently, in February of 2025, she participated in a panel discussion at the Project Show in Las Vegas, where she talked all about conscious consumerism. And I think that's really cool.
Look at her.
A+ for her.
I know. It's always fun to see. Like, I love seeing people keep acting and like keep, busy and blessed. But I also love seeing the other things people do after childhood acting,
Definitely.
I think
That's
I like
really
those
neat.
more.
Yeah.
It's always intriguing when it's like, they're a lawyer now. And you're like, what?
Yeah. That's
it's
really
so
neat.
fun.
Good for her.
Anyway, that's where they are now.
Thanks, Natalie. That was still very interesting. Like, way to make it work, even though we already had heard of them before. I feel like I learned so many new things.
I know. I tried to add in facts we didn't mention last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good stuff. Now it's time for us to look to next week. We always use a random number generator to help us pick what movie we're going to be watching and talking about next week. But since we have Max here this week, we thought it would be fun if you be our random number generator. How do you feel about that?
All right. What do I do?
You're going to randomly generate a number.
Yep. So we have a list of 117 DCOMs that we are watching for this podcast. That's how many they've made. And we don't include ones that we've watched before or sequels to movies that we haven't yet seen. So basically, pick a number between 1 and 117, and we'll see which one it is. And that's what we'll watch next week.
77.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Let me look at our list.
I'm weirdly nervous.
Oh, no, don't be nervous. It's fantastic. This was a wonderful idea. Max, you have selected for us Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie.
Whoa. Wow.
Came out in 2009.
Vaguely remember this.
Whoa.
Deep in my psyche.
This is trending so hard right now. I don't know if it's like a Selena thing or like a TikTok thing. Yeah, because the new Wizard show came out, so everyone is talking about this movie.
Oh, cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hey, I did good.
This is great. I don't remember this plot at all, but I know I've seen it at least once.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Alex is very sarcastic.
Also, doesn't this take place in Hawaii also? This is another summer movie.
It does.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's great. I don't want it to be winter, so now I can pretend like it's not.
Well, this has been fantastic. I've literally had so much fun with you, Max. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, this was a blast, honestly. I could sit here and talk about this for hours probably.
If the podcasts were more than 45 minutes, you know what? We probably still would keep talking.
We didn't even get into like the deep psychological conversations today. Normally we do, and those can go on forever.
Right.
Gosh.
Yeah.
We could dive deep into not Zac Efron, but Troy Bolton's psyche. Anyway, that's another
why
podcast.
Gabriella feels like breaking up is always the right answer.
Always the solution. Because she's 16 and her frontal lobe is not developed yet. That's why.
I mean, honestly, yes.
Also, her at the first sign of trouble, she runs all the time. That's not sustainable for a good relationship.
No, she's running like she's leaving for war. That she was like, I mean,
I felt slightly overlooked. I'm out.
yeah, I don't know. All their problems are solved by song, and that's beautiful.
Isn't that what it's all about at the end of the day, you know?
It's true. And on that note, we hope you guys have a great week. Watch Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, and we'll see you next week.
And go check out Max on YouTube, Mr. Cheezy Pop.
Woo!
Woo
Thanks.
woo! Yeah. All right, bye everybody.
Thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Once Upon a DCOM.
Like what you just heard? Leave us a rating and review. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at onceuponadcom.podcast and share this podcast with your Disney-loving friends.
A big thanks to Gabby for editing this whole podcast together.
Thanks, friend! And don't forget to subscribe because there's always a new episode on the way. This is Gabriella
And Natalie.
signing off with a sprinkle of pixie dust
And a whole lot of nostalgia.